Scholars, Mrs. Cromartie here, and welcome to our second grade YouTube channel. I'm so excited to get together and learn using YouTube. So let's go ahead and get started. To facilitate our online learning, we are going to be using a website called ClassFlow. That is ClassFlow. So I'll give you a moment. Go ahead and get your tablet, your phone, your computer, whatever it is you're going to be using, and go to the browser and type in www.classflow.com. Then you will press enter on your keyboard and go to login. Next, you will go to make sure that it says student login. If it doesn't say that, just press back and click this green button that says login as student. And I'm going to log in for an example. You will always put your first and last name as your username. So I'm going to put my first and last name. And the password for everyone is the same. It's capital Q, UALITY 2020. And you should see that popping up on the screen over here. Remember your first and last name and quality 2020. Then go ahead and log in. After your screen has loaded, you should see a home page that looks just like this. Go ahead and click Cromartie Party. And next you will click New Lesson. Okay? So this is the way to log into ClassFlow. And we're going to move right along to our lesson. Let's go ahead and read this together. Second grade, language arts, problem and solution. And what we're going to be talking about is building a better bicycle. So let's keep going. Go ahead, I'm going to move me up here and then we're going to keep going. Go ahead and think for a moment. And if you have some extra paper similar to this, go ahead and take a moment and write. The question says, do you like riding bicycles? Why or why not? Draw a picture to illustrate your writing. So you can write this on this piece of paper that maybe you will already have, or you can take a moment and use the ClassFlow settings like typing or the pen to write your answer right here. So take a moment to think about that. Do you like riding bicycles? Why or why not? Now that you've had a moment to think, I'm going to answer whether or not I like to ride bicycles, and I'm going to answer why or why not. So I do like to ride bicycles, and I like to ride them because it's good exercise and I'm able to spend time with my family. All right, we're going to go on to the next slide. I'm going to move this up. Let's begin with our learning objective or our I can statement. You guys remember, right? Our I can statements. So we're going to read it. Well, I'll read it once and then we can read it together, okay? I can describe the structure of a story using academic vocabulary. I'll give you a moment to track your words, and now we're going to read it together. I can describe the structure of a story using academic vocabulary. Now, I want you to read it by yourself. Very good. We're going to go ahead and keep going. Now I'm just going to make my circle a little bit smaller, but I want you to think, how long do you think people have been riding bicycles? Go ahead and type your answer here. Go ahead and click text and type your answer here, or you can click write and write your answer here. How long do you think people have been riding bicycles? I'll give you a few moments to think about that. You should be thinking about a time. How many years do you think people have been riding bicycles? How many months? Now take a moment and go ahead and write your answer. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move right along. The first bicycles, it says compare and contrast. We're gonna go ahead and build background knowledge. The first bicycles were very different from today's bicycles. Now I've read it, now let's read it together. The first bicycles were very different from today's bicycles. Now I want you to read it by yourself while I track. Very good. The directions say, complete the Venn diagram to compare and contrast bicycles from the past and the present. So we know that compare and contrast mean things that are and, or they mean, compare means things that are the same, and contrast means what about those things are different. So we have here listed the past, then we have the present. So I'll start you guys off. We're going to take our little text box, we're going to move it here. And we're going to compare and contrast the bicycles. What's different about today's bicycles. So I believe in the past, bicycles were not made very well. So bicycles, I'm going to go ahead and begin typing B-I-C-Y-C-L-E-S, were not made very well, period. Now that I've typed in what I believe bicycles were in the past, I'm now going to put what I believe about bicycles in the present. So I'm going to take a moment, I'm going to think. And now I'm going to put what I believe bicycles are like in the present. In the present, thinking about what I know already about bicycles, I know bicycles this is a hard word, so I understand if you have some spelling. Bicycles come in all different colors. That's what I know about bicycles in the present, period. Now, I want you to take a moment and think. Pause the video here and think about what you know about bicycles in the past and bicycles in the present. Remember, the past was years ago or even months ago, and the present is right now. So take a moment and think about that. Now, I want you to write what you believe. So I'm going to delete this, and you're going to write what you believe bicycles how they were different in the past and the present. And remember, if you ever want to see what Mrs. Cromartie has already written, you can just scroll back in the video and rewatch, okay? So you should now be writing what bicycles were like in the past and what they were like in the present. All right, so I'm assuming that you guys have already paused the video and wrote that into the circles. Now what we're gonna do is write something in the middle circle. And if you guys remember, the middle of a compare and contrast Venn diagram is what is the same. Yes, you've got it. Now we're gonna write what is the same about bicycles now. I'm sorry, not now, but what is the same about them from the past and the present? So I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to think. And we're going to do this one together. Oops, looks like I've turned my box around. All right. So what I think is bicycles, BICYCLES, were always used to get around. Now, I want you all to begin brainstorming what you believe is the same about bicycles from the past and from the present. All right, now that we've brainstormed together, I want you to write what you believe is the same about bicycles from the past and from the present. Go ahead and pause the video and write what you believe is the same about bicycles from the past and the present. All right. Moving right along. Why do you think, go ahead and track while I read, why do you think bicycles have changed so much? If you like, you can go ahead and click the text and answer that question right here. Your sentence starter will be, I think. And then go ahead and answer the question. I think. Tell me what you think. Moving right along. Problem and solution. Please make sure that you're tracking as I read. A problem is something that makes things harder. Problems can be solved or fixed or fixed by making changes. A solution is a change that you make as a way to fix a problem or make it better. For example, the problem may be, let's read this example together. Don't forget to track. A problem may be the hobby horse had to be pushed to move. Here's a tip. Ask yourself, is this something that makes things harder? So when you're wondering if something is a problem, that's something you should ask yourself. Is this something that makes things harder? Now, let's read solution. Pedals were added to future designs. Here's a tip. Ask yourself, does this make the problem better? So when we're thinking about a solution, we want to know, is this something that makes the problem better? We're going to go ahead and move right along. And we're actually going to pause our video here. Please, I look forward to seeing you guys in our second video where we will be reading with ReadWorks about building a better bicycle. Once again, we're going to be reading about building a better bicycle in our next video. Thank you. Bye.